Hi, my name is Celena, and I go to NCU, and I interviewed a woman named Shamika Bogan. She's from the Strong Roots Foundation here in the Twin Cities. So basically, the Strong Roots Foundation is a nonprofit organization that helps promote the community, basically the cohesiveness of a community through volunteer work. It's a volunteer center within the Twin Cities. One of the questions, the first question that I asked Miss Bogan, I said, "What is the social issue that you're addressing?" And she replied with the mission or the focus of her organization, and that is basically to provide volunteer work and community-based events for urban communities, more specifically North Minneapolis. Her work is very family-oriented, and it has a wide range of the target audience, anywhere from babies all the way to elders. And basically the whole idea of it is when you get communities together and involve them in a lot of different types of activities, they're less likely to do other things that don't benefit the community, such as youth violence prevention. That also played into why she cared about youth violence prevention so much, is because she saw that her work provides a really positive thing for people to do with their time. So I also asked her to discuss, I asked her to discuss her business, the Strong Roots Foundation, and I asked her, how did it come to be? She said it was a God-given thing. It was really a dream that she had. She said, no joke, she just woke up with this clear vision of bringing people together. And basically she said that the dream was the motivation for her to get everything started within her community. It launched in 2016, and she said God gave her a roadmap and the confidence to bring people together through connecting and networking. So she used her dream and partnered it with the resources and the networks that she already had, and then that's how she pieced it together into practicality. I also asked her if the issue of youth violence prevention is being fully addressed, and if not, is there more work needed? Surprisingly, she said both. She said that she feels like there's more work that needs to be done, and she said that current organizations are addressing the issue. So youth violence always has, she said youth violence always has help needed. And she thinks the key to really tackling this whole issue of youth violence prevention is to partner. There's plenty of organizations such as the Man Up Club. That's my father's organization. Basically, it's targeted towards young African American males, and it's basically a nonprofit organization that provides mentor leadership. And so there's another organization called Project Diva, and it's basically like the Man Up Club, but it's more centered towards young females, where they provide them mentor skills, academic discipline, and things like that. And she says that partnerships are really the key to creating organizations that people can work together on in order to prevent youth from doing things that are negative. And she also said that I guess a key reason as to why youth violence is a huge problem in the Twin Cities is because a lot of kids get bored with their time, and or they also feel like they're not being well invested in, which I thought was really key, is that, you know, when a child feels like they're not being well invested in, that's something that allows them to think that they should just put their time towards something that really doesn't matter. Another question that I asked Ms. Bogan, I asked her, what has been a roadblock or a huge challenge in the work that she does? And she was just saying that, you know, a lack of funding is really what has been blocking her from doing the work that she dreams of doing. But that also played into my next question as far as like the lack of funding for nonprofit organizations within the Twin Cities. I asked her, I said, do you have any practical advice for me as I begin this venture of you know, starting my own business? And she said, her advice to me was to follow my passion and don't give up. She said, you can easily be distracted or tainted or discouraged by people who have been doing nonprofit organizational work for a long time. And it's not this idea where you want to reinvent the wheel, but basically the key to really solving a social issue is to get organizations to partner up together. Because a lot of the work that's being done in the cities, people are already doing things to help youth. People are already doing things to help close the achievement gap. People are doing things to help stop like sex trafficking and homelessness. It's just a matter of the community tightening up its resources and coming together, which is what's really going to make the change. And so that is one of the very valuable pieces of information that I found from her. And I asked her to elaborate more on the lack of partnerships within the community. And I think that a really key piece of information to know, especially in this day and age, as we start businesses, she said, the reason why organizations are scared to partner with each other is because it's due to this misconception of not enough money coming from funders. And she said that it should be the funders' responsibility to actually promote partnerships and encourage organizations to partner up with other organizations and not make it so much of a competition. Because this is the tricky thing with business and nonprofit work that pertains to doing things for social reasons, is that the business sort of becomes like this competition, when in reality people should be prompted to come more together in order to solve the problem. So it was a really informational interview that I had with Ms. Bogan, and I'm glad that I got to interview her about the Strong Roots Foundation. So that was very informational. Thank you.